Hi, this is Marlita Castillo and my partner Paulina Pilotos. Um, we are Group 3 presenting statistical significance against clinical significance. Research plays an essential role in discovery and innovation as the result of a conducted research are often deemed relevant and reliable no matter what the field. In every research, especially in quantitative research wherein numerical data are being gathered, it is important to formulate a hypothesis. In statistical significance, statistical test is performed during the hypothesis testing wherein it involves the calculation of a probability, the p-value, that is to be compared with the stated alpha value. This introduces the idea of statistical significance in a study. Statistical significance occurs when a result is produced due to the conducted test rather than a game of chance. Another factor of a statistically significant study is when the probability, the p-value, is less than the alpha level, wherein the researchers must reject the null hypothesis. In clinical significance pertains to a study findings that are effective and efficient in medical treatments or practices. A study that is considered statistically significant does not mean it is also clinically significant, which is why determining the p-value or the alpha level would not be necessary for clinical significance because rather than data, it focuses on the impact and effects it provides to improve medical care. Importance of statistical significance. This concept is important because it is a reflection of the reliability and credibility of a research as it provides accurate numerical data. Statistically significant studies are mostly used in business. Importance of clinical significance. Clinically significant studies are important, especially to the nurses, as it involves the improvement of a patient's health treatment. The rest of the slide will be Paulina.
Hi, this is Paulina. So I'm going to talk about the examples of statistical significance and clinical significance. In statistical significance, the example for this is a company wants to test the theory that its stock will attract a statistically significant number of new investors after it is mentioned on a certain business television show. They may construct an experiment where their stock will be mentioned on the show every Tuesday for the next 3 months. They will have to compare the number of investors that came from the show and those who were not. If the average number of new investors on Tuesdays when their stock is mentioned is substantially higher than the ones where they weren't showcased, then the company can conclude that the result is statistically significant. In clinical significance, an example for this would be a pharmaceutical company testing the efficacy of a new anti-pain drug with clinical trials. The representative participant group will have their pre-test pain levels and then closely monitor their progression before recording their post-test pain levels. Participants are categorized depending on their level of effectiveness, weighed against control, and with further contextual data taken into account. The researchers will have a more informed sense of the new drug's effect and can apply it to the medical practice if its promises is effective. We will utilize their differences by being aware of their factors so we can avoid misinterpretation of our research. Also, analyzing the studies properly so we can determine if it is clinically important, which can improve our decision-making towards patient care services, and also being familiar on how to properly apply research into clinical practice. Both statistical significance and clinical significance have distinct differences. As a nurse practitioner, it is important to make use of these differences by avoiding misinterpretation, analyzing studies to categorize them accordingly, and learn about them to properly interpret research finding into practice. And that's the end of our presentation. On behalf of Marlita Castillo and me, Paulina Pilatus, we thank you everyone for your attention and for listening to us in our Week 2 presentation. Thank you.